Now Thank We All Our God was written in Germany during the 30 Years' War, which took place between 1618 and 1648. It was a violent religious war between Catholics and Protestants. This hymn is often used to celebrate Thanksgiving, but that is far from the circumstances in which it was written. The prayer that forms the basis of this great hymn was written by a Lutheran deacon, Martin Rinkart. He was a German pastor who served in the walled town of Eilenburg during the horrors of the 30 Years' War. The city of Eilenburg became an overcrowded refuge for the surrounding area. The fugitives suffered from epidemic and famine. No one could leave the village. Food and supplies were dangerously low. The plague hit the village, and many people died every day. Among those who died were all the other ministers of the village, except Reverend Rinkart. This left him with up to 40 to 50 funeral services each day, one of these being his own wife. Exhausted, Rinkart returned home one evening to find that his beloved mother had also died of the plague. Rinkart sat down that evening and wrote the words to Now Thank We All Our God. It is a call to remember God's eternal goodness, even in the midst of terribly difficult circumstances. Verse 2 says, "Oh, may this bounteous God through all our life be near us, with ever joyful hearts and blessed peace to cheer us, and keep us in his grace, and guide us when perplexed, and free us from all his in this world and the next." As John Schoaf performs this song, let it remind us to be grateful to God for all things at all times.
Now thank we all our God with heart and hands and voices, who wondrous things hath done, in whom his world rejoices, who from our mother's arms hath blessed us on our way with countless gifts of love, and still is ours today. Oh, may this bounteous God through all our life be near us, with ever joyful hearts and blessed peace to cheer us, and keep us in his grace, and guide us when perplexed, and free us from all ills in this world and the next. All praise and thanks to God, the Father, now be given, the Son and him who reigns with them in highest heaven, the one eternal God, whom earth and heaven adore. For thus it was, is now, and shall be evermore.
You are listening to the story behind the hymn with Faye Wheeler. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these brief messages.
Night Off the Streets provides a place for homeless to sleep out of the cold. We need your help. I had no intention of volunteering. Then I did, because it needed to be done. The miracle is that I have been more blessed than they. Won't you share a little of your time to give someone a warm place to go overnight?
Welcome back to the story behind the hymn with Faye Wheeler.
One of the finest of harvest hymns is that written by Dean Alford, "Come, ye thankful people, come." It was written for the English Harvest Festival, the British version of the American Thanksgiving holiday. When Alford was 16 years old, he wrote these noble words upon the flyleaf of his Bible: "I do this day, in the presence of God and my own soul, renew my covenant with God, and solemnly determine henceforth to become His and to do His work as far as in me lies." This harvest hymn first appeared in 1844 with the title "After Harvest." It was originally accompanied by the text, "He that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him." Psalm 126, verse 6. Sing along with John Shilf as he strums his guitar to "Come, ye thankful people, come."
Come, ye thankful people, come, raise the song of harvest home. All is safely gathered in, ere the winter storms begin. God our Maker doth provide for our wants to be supplied. Come to God's own temple, come, raise the song of harvest home. All the world is is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield. Wheat and tares together sown, unto joy or sorrow grown. First the blade and then the ear, then the full corn shall appear. Lord of harvest, grant that we wholesome grain and pure may be.
Thank you for listening to the story behind the hymn with Faye Weaver. If you've enjoyed it, hit the like button. Subscribe and ring the bell if you would like notification when this channel has new content. This program is a production of Aunt Betty's Studio, a ministry of First Presbyterian Church, Carson City.